Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 PSHL Draft Lottery. This is your commissioner, Scott Schaefer here. Welcome to the show. I hope this is good news for all you guys when you guys see the results of this draft lottery. Some of you guys will be pretty pissed, and some of you guys will be pretty happy. So this is going to be fun. This is where all the hard work and the non-playoff teams in the league pays off. This long season of underachieving and losing comes down to this day, the day where you see where the next cornerstone player comes from. Once again, this is my opportunity to thank this great group of GMs for another great season. The competitiveness we have here and the dedication of this group is unrivaled, really, in any league around. We averaged about 27 exports each sim this season, and 15 team articles written this season too per sim. So everyone did a great job, and you guys are what makes this league so special. Each and every one of you guys does what it takes to build their franchise, to put them in a position to be competitive, and that makes it not only fun but very challenging to compete against. It's this kind of effort that makes me so proud that you are all a part of my league and the dynasty that is PSHL. Another special thank you goes out to Jason for his help this season as vice president. He's been a creative person to bounce ideas off of, and we've had constructive conversations for the betterment of the league. His hard work and bringing back the GM of the month has been a great addition to this league. As a league, we prepare for some exciting things ahead. The addition of the PSHL media team involving Jason, Reese, Ivan, Jeremy, and Gustav will bring some great new reads to the league. We will be working on announcing some new things for the next season, which we are hoping to be including salary retention as an AP reward. More news will come on that once we decide how to handle that best. As 2024-25 comes to an end, it brings the new season, and it will also begin close to the release of FHM 8. More than likely, we'll be looking at doing the 25-26 season and the 27-28 season in FHM 7 before we move over to FHM 8. The future plans at this point would be to sim a season in FHM 8 before going through another expansion draft. The Seattle expansion draft went so well, I think that we are thrilled to be able to expand again. Next time, I think that it'd be a good idea to add 2 expansion teams. The depth around the league is really good, and to share some of that talent to expansion teams and to bring in a couple more great GMs to our group will add to the excitement of the league. So, as years go by, we'll discuss this more later. I would like to expand at some point, so get that on your horizon. For this 2025 PSHL Draft Lottery, I'm going to change things up a bit. I will be announcing the draft order NHL style from a 16 to 3 and revealing the spots as we go. We will then reveal the top 3 picks in real time. It should be a bit more suspenseful this way rather than just revealing the top 3 picks. I'm also going to be hosting an interview right now. I welcome Montreal Canadiens GM Patrick Davey to the Lottery Draft Show. Davey's coming off a President's Trophy and seems to be everyone's choice to dethrone the Colorado Avalanche and raise the Schaefer Cup. The last season at this time, the already top Montreal Canadiens was holding the Pittsburgh Penguins first-round pick, where the Canadiens won the draft lottery and the opportunity to add Matvei Ivanov to an already skilled team with the first overall pick. This season again, we have some already good teams sitting with lottery picks and a chance to win the rights to adding another superstar to their team. Teams like the Colorado Avalanche, who hold the 8th and 12th best odds, the Vegas Golden Knights, who hold the 11th and 14th best odds, and the Columbus Blue Jackets, who hold the 3rd best odds of winning the draft lottery and drafting first overall. So, Davey, welcome, and thanks for taking a moment to speak with us.
Hey, my pleasure. Everybody hearing me all right?
I hope not.
You have me, buddy?
If they can't hear you, it's going to be a really boring show.
That's all good. Maybe we'll get some verification in the Discord server. I'm ready when you are, buddy.
I'm ready. Okay, so this time of season ago, we were sitting here. What was going through your mind as you saw these names get revealed, knowing there's a potential Hall of Fame defenseman available if you got that top pick?
To be perfectly honest with you, I was outside playing with my son. I was taking him on a walk trying to tire him out before nap time. I think when I got back to the house, I brought up Discord on my phone, and there was a lot of chatter. And I said, hey, so did I get it? And it was Ivan. It was Ivan that pinged me. He said, yeah, you got it. It was kind of tongue-in-cheek. But at that point, I was pretty stoked. I'm not going to lie. Fed my kids lunch, then went downstairs, booted up the game, and stared at that beautiful scouting report that I had for Ivanov.
And then you got a shirt made up of Ivanov too, right?
Oh, yeah. So I think it was probably that day that I got on Fanatics and said, all right. So I'm not jinxing it now at this point. We'll go ahead. We'll get the shirt. And I looked at my team, saw what number I figured I'd give him. Like, okay, we'll go with the number 6. Rolled Matt Vi.
So yeah, so whoever gets the number one pick here today is going to have to order one of those shirts in, huh?
Yeah, pretty $40, not too bad, not too shabby. I hope though that if Sumit gets it, he just writes Lotto on the back and then number 1.
There you go. So speaking of Ivanov, did he perform to your expectations this season? And how do you think he will react to the pressure of being an 18-year-old defenseman on a team that's a favorite to win a Schaefer Cup?
Well, I mean, for an 18-year-old 18-year-old player, let's see, he had 75 games this year, so he was out for a couple weeks. I think that he certainly performed, by all accounts, performed well. He's nominated for the Norris Trophy, which is great for any rookie. I was kind of hoping for a Calder nod for the guy, but for whatever reason within the game it just didn't happen. I'm a Barrett Jackman fan in real life, so the whole defenseman getting a right-handed defenseman getting a Calder nod is near and dear to me. But I think he did well. He was lucky enough to play alongside someone like Noah Delamont, who is an offensive threat in and of itself, to where Matt Vi I think he had more like opportunity to succeed. But when you look, you look at his stats, he's an all around player. 20 goals, 43 assists. Um, the 24 PIMs is actually something I like because 12 of those were in his debut game where he had like a 10-minute misconduct for slashing, which I think is a great way to start off a career. But no, I think he did well. I'm looking forward to camping with him on the blue line for the next 15 years in PSHL play.
Yep, yep. So do you feel like this 2024-25 Montreal Canadiens team is ready to lift that Schaefer Cup?
Jeez. What the hell, man? I won a GM of the Month award. We won the President's Trophy. Let's nail our colors to the mast here. Yeah, we're ready. All right.
There might just be a glitch in the game though that just gives the Colorado Avalanche the cup every year. I'm not sure yet. We haven't seen anything different yet.
No, I'm a big believer that there is more to the tactics engine in these games. I think a lot of people like invest the time in, and I think if you look at what Zach's been doing with the Avalanche, it's very clear that he's invested that time and he's figured some things out. I know Mike, the Blues GM. I'm always harping on him in the general chat. I think what he does with the roster he has available shows that he's got a tactic setup that really benefits his team. So I'd encourage the guys that, like, if you're frustrated, like, hey, why is this team not doing the way the star rankings say they ought to dive into really drill down on some of the unit and the player tactics. But don't do it during the playoffs, guys. It's a bad idea to tinker in the playoffs. Let me tell you.
Yeah. And I was also going to say, don't give away too many secrets either.
No, not at all.
So when you look at your team and your expectations to go far in the playoffs, do you think your players are going to be looking towards their second round matchup since they are facing a Matthew-less Buffalo Sabres who backed into the playoffs?
So at risk of sounding like what the sketch or the bit from Letterkenny, when you have like all the hockey cliches in an interview about not looking past an opponent, man, it's bad luck to play against the commission's team. I mean, I'm not implying any sort of any sort of shenanigans, but that's bad juju right there, man. I don't like that. We'll see what happens moving on. The series between Columbus and Boston, I think, will be very interesting. Jason said great things to turn a franchise that shouldn't exist, frankly, turn them around and make them a contender this year. But can't look past Boston. It'll be fun, man. Without the divisional play this year, the first couple rounds of the playoffs are a crapshoot. I mean, who the hell knows? Buffalo, you were my bogey team for a couple seasons when we were coming up. It seemed like for neither love nor money could I beat you. But last year maybe we turned that around. So we'll see. I'm happy that your boy Matthews is dinged up.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm looking towards that Ottawa Detroit series. These are two young teams that are on the
Oh
verge of
man.
greatness, and that what you're going to have to face one of those at some point, I think. So
No, yeah, and you think back to last offseason, and you see the moves that both those teams made, and with the Red Wings, especially with Daniel, what he's done with the Red Wings, like that is the best roster in the league, I think, right now. And it's not poop when I think I have a good one here, but I think the best roster from top to bottom is Detroit. And you can't just look at like, oh, you have enough years in the cellar and stocking draft picks. It's more than that. You look at the moves he's made to min max, going out and getting Riley this year, going out a couple seasons back and getting Colton Parayko, which I think was a really good get. Um, I, Detroit, you can't look past it all. Honestly, I would look at it as an accomplishment to beat Detroit, but Ottawa with the Senators, man, getting Draisaitl, talk about an aggressive move. The way that I don't think there was a team that was more aggressive, save maybe Columbus, when it came to trying to take that team to the next level heading into this season than Ottawa. So yeah, I agree. I think that'll be a great series to watch.
So just to elaborate a little more on that, my next question was going to be which team in the Eastern Conference kind of gives you the most worry?
So again, similar answers. I think if I had to pick between the two with most worry, I would go with Detroit. But that is the limit of my ability to analyze that. I'm limited by the fact that we don't have a half dozen regular season games to look at to see what the matchups are. Um, Ottawa. Ottawa's got a great set of centers that first line with the likes of Kachuk and Draisaitl against each. I mean, that's a better first line than I'm rocking. I mean, so going toe to that would be difficult. But I think if I had, depth is important in the playoffs, especially when you get past that first round. And when it comes to the strength and depth, for now, you have to go with Detroit, but just narrowly.
So do you foresee any of these teams overtaking the Canadiens as a favorite to win the Schaefer Cup in the next 10 seasons?
Oh, in the next 10, oh, geez. How could you talk about with the amount of action we get in trades and the amount we're probably going to get this afternoon after the lotto stuff is determined, things can change overnight. Now, with what I've been trying to do, my main objective with roster building with the Canadiens has been to try to compete to be basically a top four team for the next 6 seasons. At least now, and I'll have some clarity on some renegotiation, some contract negotiations this offseason, where I'll have an idea on the path forward. But the thing potentially preventing Detroit from lasting that full window is the roster math, the cap calculus, if you will. I'd be curious to see how they figure that out. But out west, I mean, L.A. Look at LA, man. Look at what they're going to be able to put together. And Summit, I don't know if he's listening, man, but who knows? If he has 1-2 today, you know, it may be Habs Leafs for a long time. And who knows? You think about that division, Scott, like you're going to have good teams in that division getting bounced in the first round for the conceivable future.
You are,
You know,
and like you touched on, the cap is going to be the most difficult thing. When you got these young players that want to get paid, things are going to be
yep.
very difficult for all these teams with stockpiled young players. So
Yes, absolutely. My personal opinion on that, what I've tried to do with the Habs over the last couple seasons was, you know, think about asset management. And at some point, I don't want to, go in too much the way I think about this sort of thing, but asset management is important. Stockpiling first does have diminishing returns over the course of time. Now, it may be a ticking time bomb, quote unquote, that's 5 seasons down the line. But let's be honest, which one of us in this league wouldn't risk being? We'll see a second tier team if they knew or had a high belief that they could win a Schaefer Cup, this next year. I'm there. I have a couple of off-season plans lined up depending on if I'm able to pull through and win or if I'm not. So I get it.
great. All right. Next question would be, when is the next Canadians podcast coming?
Well, I tell you, man, between work and potty training my 2-year-old, it's been a little bit stressful here at Stately Davy Manor in recent times, but uh, there definitely be a season wrap up one. I always enjoy doing that. To be quite honest with you, I'm excited to see what this newly formed PSHL media team is going to do. I think the little mini podcast in lieu of articles is a good way to supplement that. But I'd be more than willing to kind of take cues to see what they're doing over there in the media market to not step on any toes and do some fun stuff for my Montreal Canadiens.
So in other words, you're saying after your first round exit, you will do your podcast
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll do a season wrap up.
after
I
the first round.
did.
You're saying
Yeah, well,
when
maybe.
your
Yeah,
season's over.
absolutely. Yeah. Now, I tell you what, man. Like playoff hockey is weird. You know, who knows? You got a pretty darn good goalkeeper there in Buffalo. I think the deciding factor in the Schaefer Cup Finals last year, uh, what was the goaltending. I think Carter Hart outperformed Jake Oettinger in my net. So I am thankful that at least Carter Hart's not there in Colorado this year. If there is a rematch, but that's literally what 2 weeks away. In real life, there's plenty of stuff to go, and let's be honest, man, it's a computer game. As much fun as we have, who the hell knows what this whole probability simulator will give us?
Yeah, yeah. So I want to finish up this Q&A with the last question that's on everyone's mind. Is the Buffalo Sabres the best team on any first round matchup?
Well, I tell you what, if we're ranking them by sweaters, dude, I have to say absolutely not.
That's it. That's just the sweaters. I mean, again, I created this. I took time to design this sweater, and I paid AP in order to use it in game.
So but see, that's because you are a more honest commissioner than you are a jersey designer, my friend. The fact that you paid AP your own currency to change it, that speaks highly of you. I don't know, man. The classic Buffalo Sabres with the buffalo jumping over the swords. I don't think you can beat it. So, you know,
I'm gonna have to pay
the
AP to bring it back then, huh?
no, you don't. No, I don't think so. I think you just have to apply for dispensation or something like that.
That works. All right, David. Well, good luck in the first round and the rest of the Schaefer Cup playoffs, and thank you for taking a few minutes out of the day today.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you, and good luck to everyone but Sumit. I'm kidding. In today's lottery, and good luck in the playoffs, guys.
All right, so that was a nice little addition to the league there. Now we will go on to what you guys are all waiting for: the results of the PSHL draft lottery. Just to start things off here, we're going to go to the top 5 prospects that you all are trying to get the rights to draft. So we got Jimo Kashane, who's a big, powerful, elite goal scorer with great skating ability. He was the OHL scoring title this season and has been described as a generational goal scorer, probably the best goal scorer since and Alex Ovechkin came into the league. We have Yari Tervanen, a center who's a two-way center who's going to be a Selke Trophy nominee for years to come. He'll pitch in offensively, but probably will be more of a defensive-minded centerman, maybe in the likes of a Patrice Bergeron. He's probably the most PSHL ready in the draft, but he may not develop much further. Lucas Tuzar is an elite two-way defenseman who excels at the shutdown game. He's a right-handed shot defenseman with good size. He's 6'3", and he's a big, tall, lanky defenseman. Good skating ability as well for Tuzar. Kelvin David is an offensive playmaking center who excels on faceoffs. He has top-line center potential. Then the wild card of the draft is Vitaly Krivchenko. He's offensively gifted and loaded with skill, probably the most PSHL-ready offensive player. He will probably move to wing at some point because he struggles in the defensive zone. Obviously, the Russian factor is there, and the defensive polish that he lacks is going to be a huge issue. There's questions about if he's ever going to be good enough defensively for an everyday PSHL role. Currently, he is playing in Slovakia, so he's not playing in the KHL, so there's no Russian factor really as far as contract goes for now until he may sign in the KHL after draft. So he would need to be signed right away to avoid the KHL issue. So without further ado, let's go on and we'll go from pick 16 to 3 or 16 to 4, and then we will reveal the top 3 picks in the draft. So with the 16th pick overall in the 2025 PSHL draft, it belongs to the Buffalo Sabres from the New York Islanders pick. So the Sabres retain that 16th pick overall. No good luck in this draft lottery for myself. With the 15th pick overall in the 2025 PSHL entry draft, it belongs to the Pittsburgh Penguins. So the Penguins also retain this 15th pick. This is the pick that they got from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now the 14th overall pick in the 2025 PSHL draft belongs to The Vegas Golden Knights. This is their pick that they got from the Washington Capitals. So the Golden Knights also retain their 14th pick in the draft. The 13th overall pick in the PSHL 2025 draft belongs to the Florida Panthers. GM Mark will retain his 13th overall pick in the draft. The 12th overall pick in the 2025 PSHL draft belongs to the Colorado Avalanche. So this pick did not get any good luck for the Avalanche to move up in the draft. It stays at 12. This is the pick that they got from the Chicago Blackhawks. With the 11th overall pick in the PSHL draft, it belongs to, again, the Vegas Golden Knights. They also retain this 11th pick slot from their pick from the Anaheim Ducks. The 10th overall pick in the 2025 PSHL draft belongs to the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets retain their 10th pick in the draft. So far, no one in the bottom 6 or 7 picks have moved up into the top 3. So far, everything is going as slotted. With the 9th overall pick in the 2025 PSHL draft, it belongs to the San Jose Sharks. Sharks retain their 9th pick in the draft slot. With the 8th overall pick in the 2025 PSHL draft, it belongs to the Colorado Avalanche again. So the Avalanche with this pick from the Flyers, this was the pick I believe that was picked up in the Carter Hart trade. So the Avalanche will be drafting 8th overall in the 2025 draft. With the 7th overall pick in the 2025 draft, it belongs to the Calgary Flames. So this is our first change in the draft order. The Flames drop from 6th to 7th in the draft. If you have your percentages, your odds opened up, you would see that the Minnesota Wild jumped out of the 7th spot and have moved up into the top 3. So congratulations to the Wild. With the 6th pick in the PSHL draft, it belongs to the Seattle Kraken. So the Kraken moved down from 5th to 6th, with the Wild moving up into the top 3. And now the 5th overall pick in the 2025 draft belongs to the Columbus Blue Jackets. So the Blue Jackets dropped from 3rd to 5th, meaning that the Ducks, who had the 4th spot, have moved into the top 3 with their pick from the Pittsburgh Penguins. So congratulations to the Anaheim Ducks. So now the 4th pick, the last reveal for this show. The 4th overall pick in the 2025 PSHL draft belongs to the Toronto Maple Leafs. So this is the Leafs pick from the Kings that was slotted 2nd. So they dropped down to 4th, meaning that the Maple Leafs' own first pick, the Ducks pick from Pittsburgh, and the Wild pick are the teams that have won the slots into the top 3. So now we will reveal those from 3 to 1. So just so you guys see, here's all the teams that did not win the lottery. So now we'll reveal the 3rd pick in the 2025 PSHL Draft Lottery. It belongs to the Anaheim Ducks. So the Ducks move up from 4th to 3rd with this pick from Pittsburgh. So that means Sumit and his Toronto Maple Leafs and Ivan and his Wild are battling for that number 1 overall pick. So we will just reveal the number 1 overall pick because it'll be pretty obvious who wins it if we reveal the 2nd overall pick. So, winning the draft lottery today and drafting 1st overall with the chance to draft sensation Jimo Kashane, the 1st pick in the 2025 PSHL draft will belong to the Toronto Maple Leafs. So that means the 2nd pick belongs to the Minnesota Wild. Congratulations to all you guys. Hope you do a good job drafting. Start your scouting now. Again, thank you for a great season. Hope you guys had fun today in this new draft lottery. It was almost a half an hour worth of time, so thank you for taking the time out of your day to dedicate to this. We'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.